we are back for another Avatar: The Last Airbender additional draft, and Aang is here, but this is 3 colors, and we have run into trouble when we tried to splash for this. Abandoned Air Temple is just probably the best rare land, maybe in competition for the green land that for 3 mana and a tap will make a 2/2 body. Abandoned Air Temple, Aang, at the crossroads. Wonder what this is rated. Highly. It's rated highly, but this leaves us more open, right? This kind of says, hey, you got to be at least 2 of these colors, and then splash it. And I don't know that I trust us enough in this set to be able to make a deck responsibly that plays Aang. This just needs white to be one of our colors. So other cards here that we could end up playing are Water Tribe Captain. And now we see basically no good cards besides Lightning Strike. I mean, yep, I don't want to be pick 2. Last Agni Kai is awkward because you don't necessarily fight well in red. Plus, you don't get a boost before that fight. So I think this is actually bad removal in red. Common is going to do better in most scenarios than the last Agni Kai. Rock Lynch is here for mono green. I would like to play that. That'd be a lot of fun, but I don't think it's a high pickup. So let's just take Lightning Strike. Other considerations are maybe a Yip Yip if we wanted to stay white, but I think we're going to get Yip Yips. We end up white. And it's just worth it to take probably the best card in the pack, Lightning Strike. Okay. It's more like a mono red card. And I don't think it's a strong enough mono red card to make us go mono red. I think we have that mythic rare enchantment that makes sources do X more damage, where X is the number of counters on it. Then we try and play mono red with firebending. We'll pick up cards like this. But I guess we'll just take How to Start a Riot here and look at another weak pack. The only other considerations may be Sold Out. Yeah, let's take Sold Out. I guess we're going to pick these up. And this is kind of dependent on having a go wide deck, specifically with the 1/2 Fire Nation Cadets. Alright, another Lightning Strike then. Cruel Administrator, I think, is too expensive for a card that doesn't do anything ETB. I mean, he puts a 1/1 counter on himself, but he has no evasion other than that. Boomy, I've come around on in some of these lesson decks. We have no lessons so far, though, and he's not one of our colors. Tiger Seal, I think you can make work in red-blue. If just as a 3/3 that untaps instant speed to surprise block something, maybe trade. And we'll get another otherwise weak pack again. Okay. Price of Freedom is not great. They bring a basic land back onto the battlefield tap. There's maybe some artifact creatures where this would be okay against, but Vindictive Wardens is going to be the pickup. And we'll look at only weak cards. It's going to be hard to determine what is open. Blue is open. I think we take Lost Days over Boomerang Basics. We don't have lesson payoffs yet, but I do like Boomerang Basics as a way to get a lesson in the graveyard early on, deal with enchantment removal, and block or remove problems early for cheap. We need to stay alive at the cost of 1 card. They're not really removed, they're bounced. Lost Days is great. Take it. First Time Fly is here. Deadly Precision is here. These are the 2 strongest cards by a good margin. Do we want to take Deadly Precision? and say that we can put it with sold out. We want to take first time flyer and put it with lost days. This is a lesson. So we'll put this card. Red blue and red black and blue black are all viable. Let's take Deadly Precision, have more removal. Now let's take Deadly Precision. Okay. Nothing good for us here. This is an early lesson, but Earthbend 2 is underwhelming, and revealing their card for a card they haven't invested any mana into. And then tossing it doesn't seem like a pretty good rate. Beetle-headed Merchant's also not strong. And now we wheel Fire Nation Palace. Do we even want to play that? I think we'll take Deserter's Disciple. Three mana, give Firebending 4. I don't want to play a Porcupine. I don't want to play a Beetle-headed Merchants. Let's take a Idolquencha. It's the most playable here. It is a lesson in our graveyard. This is also a lesson. You can take this over a Platypus Bear. And now we want to start perusing what cards we're taking in the draft. Barrels of Blast and Jelly if we're going to need fixing. I think it's better than Vendor's Water Skin. Wizard goes straight to the sideboard. So we've got my June here, Path to Redemption. I guess we've got like no white cards, 2 blue cards. I mean, I don't want to play this, so like 2 black cards, and then red. We're most solidly red at this point. Mine's actually tricky for us because we want to play our spells. In the last packs, drafters were taking red, black, white, green, blue, white, 1 red, black, green and blue again, blue again. So what did we pick up there? I guess. Black seemed the most open. There wasn't, was it? There wasn't much black. There wasn't much of anything in the last pack. Let's take Messenger Hawk. As Sandbender Scavengers, I think is not that great. Like if this was the enchantment, we could maybe lean towards being black, but we'd have to give up our red, which is our best color right now. Messenger Hawk will still go into the red deck. What is this? Rending Volley. No, I guess that's not playable. Fire Nation Warship maybe leaves us the most open. Corrupt Court Official is alright, sack fodder, but the only sack we have right now is Deadly Precision. Let's take a Fire Nation Warship and see what wheels out of here. Okay, so we potentially get 2 red cards out of this pack. We'll play Fire Nation Cadets, Cunning Maneuver, and Twin Blades. I think Azula is the highest upside card. let's take that. I think we need to play red-black at this point. We've got 2 removal spells in black and a Messenger Hawk. I don't think we really want Corrupt Court Official in red-black. Let's take a lesson. Put removal over here. And this is just a 2-drop. What lesson payoffs do we have at this point? No Fire Nation Cadets. And now we have to run a card like the Pox Bears. Not thrilled with this. Ruffians are probably better, but we need 2 drops. Red, black, blue. Okay, well. We could be playing the Barrels of Blasting Jelly to try and get this out. The only other pickup I think we really want is maybe a Tundra Tank here. We can crew it with anything. 3 mana for a 4/4 body. Yeah, let's take Tundra Tank. I think Firelord Azula is enough to splash for. We'll take Fire Nation Cadets. Now we do have a reason to play Abandoned Attachments. This is ranked highly, but I don't totally understand why. 3 mana for 3/2. It is 2 bodies. We will take a... I would like to take a Callous Inspector, but I think it's got to be June here. Merchant of Many Hats is a 2-drop. We'll take it. We do have June and Deadly Precision to sack it with. Rending Volley. Rending Volley is here, so people do understand it's not great. Zigzal fits the curve for now. I would prefer to play Cunning Maneuver over that other card. Oh, wow. Qatar is busted. That's not what we're doing at this point. We'll take a Heartless Act and be perfectly happy. Deadly Precision, I doubt we'll wheel, but if it does, we'll pick it up. And we would play a War Balloon if it wheeled. I assume what we'll see, though, is a Porcupine and a Canyon Crawler instead of the Deadly Precision and War Balloon in our colors. Ozai's Cruelty. I don't love it. It is a lesson, but we only have 1 Fire Nation Cadet. Is that our only lesson payoff? Where's our Cunning Maneuver? Right here. And we can actually make it unblockable with the Serra's Disciples, then pump it to 3 power if they do have something in the air. This is alright. It's a lesson early. I like it better than Daily Indoctrination. We're getting an early lesson in. If we had a bunch of Fire Nation Cadets that we wanted to turn that on for. I don't think we want another 4-mana removal spell. We want Union Archers to smooth out the deck. Jet's Brainwashing is allegedly good in certain scenarios, and I think this might be one of those scenarios. We have June to sack with. I think if I had a Judy, maybe 1 or 2 more sack outlets, we would pick it up here. But let's take a Union Archers, have a 3-power creature that helps smooth. I kind of want multiple cards from this pack. We actually see another Aang at the crossroads. Could have had 2. This is great. Turns on Fire Nation Cadets. We can kick it if we want, but Jet Freedom Fighter is just going to be exactly what we want to do. A body that removes something potentially big because we're going to have creatures on board and dies into 1/1 counters. I think we can safely say we're not blue now. And Combustion Technique is maybe the best lesson we could pick up here for cards like Fire Nation Cadets. Unfortunately, Fire Nation Cadets is also in this pack. But we'll definitely take it and put it on a removal pile. Let's take a Fire Nation Cadets here over Cruel Administrator. Like I said, this is 5 mana, make a 5/4, 6/5, and then they play something like Sold Out or Deadly Precision or Heartless Act or Combustion Technique, and they trade up in mana. So this is not doing enough to be a 5-drop in my opinion. Okay, we get another chance at a firebending lesson. That's nice. Boulder is here late, but we'll take this over Azula Always Lies. This and the Combustion Technique are some of the best ways to get early lessons in the graveyard for Fire Nation Cadets, because they also remove creatures from the opponent's side of the board. Now, in this pack, I think there's nothing for us. It's not going to be lowly. I don't think we even have any. We have Azula to go fetch. But that's it. 5 mana for a 2/2. That fetches a 4 mana 4/3. It's going to be hard to justify. I don't think we play Meteor Sword either, though. We do actually end up with War Balloon. So we'll take that. Vehicles can be a little bit awkward for what we're trying to get done. Jet's Brainwashing. Did we get enough sack to justify running that? Cunning Maneuver. And Foggy Swamp. Hunters will be played in no iteration of the deck. So we have too many vehicles. 3 is too many, especially if we're going to play Jet. And we're going to play Jet. So, what are we cutting? What do we think is better? The Fire Nation Warship or the Tundra Tank? I think the Tundra Tank. Clues will be nice, but we're trying to kill opponents, I think. Zal can be cut. He does boost the team. Maybe he's come back in. We can potentially kill them in the air. I don't think we play How to Start a Riot and Jet's Brainwashing. How to Start a Riot might not have enough bodies. We didn't end up with the treetop villagers, so we don't have a bunch of bodies. And like I said, the vehicles can be awkward, especially with a card like this. So I think that's enough to cut that card. Abandoned Attachments, some smoothing, but we do have extra smoothing from the Union Archers. Heartless Act. I don't think we want to be playing Merchant of Many Hats. Pox Bears are not great either. June, my Combustion Technique. I think we do need another 2-drop though. Vindictive Warden has Firebending. Firebending is nice if we run cards like Cunning Maneuver. So the only sack enabler we have is June. That's not enough for Jet's Brainwashing. Let's cut it. Oh, and Deadly Precision. This is also kind of removal. We could put it in the removal pile, but I think it's here and fine in the 5-drop slot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2-drops. But we have 2 1-drops here. That will fill that technique. Maybe that roll. Maybe we cut one of the vehicles here now. I might actually like Tundra Tank better than War Balloon. But we could also potentially fly over them. Do we want to fly over them, or do we want to attack and get fire bending off? I think so. Like Warballoon's cut here. We get in one more 2-drop. Unless they just absolutely stink. They may absolutely stink. I don't love this. Don't love this. Don't love Pox Bears. Not sacrificing enough for Zhao. Wow, it might actually be... No, if we ever draw both these, is it ever really awkward? We're gonna have firebending for this. I guess we run 2 vehicles and see how awkward this gets. And we'll put Jet in our removal pile so that we can fit everything on the page for a screenshot. Okay, 9-8 seems about right. Let's run it and see how it does. Tundra Tank is the most likely card to be coming out in the sideboarding phase, or maybe just even get cut from the main deck. But we do have instant speed cards we want to cast off firebending, so I'd like to give it a shot. I think it'll take exactly 1 game for us to draw that and the Warballoon and sit around with not enough creatures to like crew them, or the creatures that we have will, if we want them to attack for firebending instead of crewing, that's all it's going to take. This affects the board only with Heartless Act. Simulgan. This is not great. Do we have any double red? Jet is triple red. Let's throw back a swamp. Okay, that's a 2-drop. It's a pretty good one at that. And now we have a 2/3/4. Crew 3 is pretty expensive. And like I said, our creatures want to be attacking for firebend typically. So I might have talked myself out of Warballoon as we've started up this game. Punt has played only plains so far, but they look like different colors because they've got different card art. I wonder if that's intentional. Opponent is playing a regulation size deck. That is a scary card. We'll damage ourselves here to play a Warballoon. Mai is nice in red-black because typically we're trying to kill the opponent before they play out their land or get to the mid late game. So he actually takes our Warballoon, which isn't doing much. I don't mind that. Let's play a Zula and chill. Think about maybe attacking in and see if he would fear our Mai and give us a 2 free damage. We'll just lightning strike. Push through with the Zula. Get our Warballoon back later on our turn. 4/3, okay. I think what we do is we play Messenger Hawk, Firebend for 2, and hold up the Food Crack, and Lightning Strike. Let's try lightning strike this turn. The war balloon back again. Can maybe crew it off a messenger hawk if we crack a clue here. I guess we would have to do that pre-combat. We do messenger hawk, clue crack. Swing out. This is not summoning sick. And if he has the board wipe in white, where we keep total power 4 greatness, that's actually kind of awkward. The messenger hawks will be 1 power. This will be a vehicle, and we can actually keep my 2 messenger hawks and our war balloon. Let's spend our mana putting fire counters on this bad boy. He's not a creature yet, so we're still safe from the board wipe. Now I'm feeling like even if he board wipes, he's still dead, right? Board wipe, we keep 4 creatures. We keep my 2 messenger hawks. We crack these. They attack for 6 in the air. He can't play any non-creature spells. Not even after that, like my would trigger. You go down to 5, and then we kill him with 6 damage in the air. What does he have? He's got Earth Kingdom Jailer, white creatures. He's going to try and attack in with Team Avatar. I wonder if he was stuck on a second color, but it's much more likely he's mono white. So removal is good. We don't have any extra removal besides this very slow, expensive stuff like Barrels of Blast and Jelly and Meteor Sword. So let's run it as is. Like I said, I kind of talked myself out of Warble in there. But did we talk ourselves back into it here? I mean, it still wasn't great here. Let's take Warballoon out. Let's put either Ozai's Cruelty or Merchants of Many Hats in. Not another vehicle. This thing's too expensive. We're not getting to 7. Maybe this is okay with Firebending. Turn 1 play. We Firebend, we can pop something with it. Try it out, even without a splash. Warm Lettuce. What a name. Jet is going to be hard to cast. We only have 1 of 3 mountains. But this is a 1, this is a 3. Something to do with we flood as long as we flood with mountain. Both floods block our stuff. Okay. Now we have 1, 2, 3. Pretty sweet. June. Don't know what we want to toss yet with the Union Archers. It'll probably be a swamp. Okay, if we get a Diddly Precision, we can sack June. Still get value out of it. And here, it's only another creature. She can't sack herself, unfortunately. We'll attack with our 1/2. he'll probably block with this turtle duck. If not, we get nice. Which could make the difference. And we're not blocking this. And it looks like he was missing color last turn, and now he's missing lands, period. That's rough. Let's play Union Archers. Toss a swamp. I'll turn on our Messenger Hawk without cracking the clue token. And we would hope to hit a mountain, but we instead hit a plains. That's alright. Let's attack again with both creatures. We can kill the turtle duck here with lightning strike, but it's probably better to just draw off the clue. I don't regret attacking with the Fire Nation Cadets. We still, had a chance of one damage through, and we're not blocking his pox bears. Water Tribe Captain. Okay, that is a much better lightning strike target than turtle duck. Okay, one more mountain. Yep, we've got jet turned on. We can actually blow up this. It can either be the turtle duck, or we can blow up his pox bears. Let's blow up turtle duck. Still not willing to trade for those pox bears. We'll die into a 1/1, and that'll still block our Union Archers nicely. Or he'll just trade it 2/1 for Union Archers. Is he going to take the Hawk, actually? Instead of Jet? I think Jet's token effect. It's a death trigger. So we get to do damage again when Jet comes back if we get removal for that Earth Kingdom Jailer. Let's pop blue token here and see what we get. Another land is not ideal. We'll play them out. So we can attack with 3 power with the Fire Nation Cadets eventually. I may, if we draw nothing, actually sack Fire Nation Cadets with June. Fire Nation Cadets doesn't have fire bending. It's just going to trade for Pox Bears that's dying into a 1/1 right now. And he'll eventually be able to exile June with the path to redemption. Do hit another land. Let's sack Fire Nation Cadets. You don't have any double black. Get a Heartless Act. Back through the air again. We'll leave our Union Archers around for now, but it's possible if we hit another lane that we're sacking it next turn. I guess not anymore. He has a Cat Owl. And this does block the Water Tribe Captain and Earth Kingdom Jailer. We're not at such a high life total that we don't need to worry about that. What I'm trying to say is we do need to worry about him attacking into us if we don't have a Union Archer. So let's blow up the Cat Owl. That being said, goodbye Union Archers. One more land and he can get the get June exile. Make a 1/1. That's funny, we just got a replacement Fire Nation cadets. But we do get closer to our action. Now we need something more than what we've done on board state to actually pull ahead. And for that reason, I might actually sack this Fire Nation cadets again. And chill. We'll have enough mana to cast whatever we draw. We'll wait till next turn so we can make Messenger Hawk a 3-power creature. And now June gets to sack the Messenger Hawk to create a blue token. I guess we could draw the Firebending Lesson that does the damage. I don't think we would cast it. There's the Barrels of Blast and Jelly. Alright, let's sack the Messenger Hawk. See what we draw off the clue. Our disciple and hold up, sold out. One, two, three. Is it best to do this during our turn? Get jet back. Do 3 damage. Or 2 if you can remove a creature. I think when he goes to exile, we can get our creature back. This is a better time to do it. He's tapped out, and if he puts a counter on Earth Kingdom Jailer, yeah, we get additional value. Fabulous. And we get to kill Water Tribe Captain before the counters go on. Killing Jet is a crazy play to make Deserter's Disciple a 3/3. Let's just Barrels of Blasting Jelly. One, two, three, four, 5. We're at 8. We can't do both. I don't want to sack Deserter's Disciple. We have 2-power creatures that could punch through for this remaining 3 whacks. And Boulder is a better target for Barrels of Blasting Jelly than Earth Kingdom Soldier. So I'll be able to attack here in with it, but we will either blow up his Boulder or find out what his remaining card in hand is. Oh, he's looking at it, yep. Abandoned Attachments is great. Let's pitch our mountain, and now we gotta hit some action. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's sack June before he makes a 1/1. Do we want to sack Jet first? Make Deserter's Disciple a 3/3. Yeah, this looks crazy, but let's do it. Let's draw. Azula is a pretty good one. Play this. Italy Precision. Let's sack June. Kill the Earth Kingdom Soldier. exactly afford Azula after an attack with Deserter's Disciple. We deny him the 1/1. Enable an attack and get Azula on board. That was a cool turn. Airbender essential. That'll slow us down. Let's see. Another land is crazy. 10, 12 lands, 13 lands, 14 lands. We only have 3 lands left in deck. So the good news is 9 of these 12 are going to be playable. Let's attack with our Disciple. Play Azula. And what does this do? How does he get quest counters? Whenever a creature enters, that's it. Shrine is doing anything? Whenever another shrine enters, okay. Well, let's play Messenger Hawk. Practice blue, pre-combat, see if we draw. Change his health. We play 2 mountains left, so 80% of the cards we draw should be actually playable. He has to block something. Probably the 3/3, stay alive. Okay. We had 2 cunning maneuvers to draw into, so even though he could just block the 3/3, we would do the same amount of damage. I think is worth it. Okay, tough slugging for our opponent, and I think Warp Balloon's coming out of the main. And I'm tempted to put in Merchant of Many Hats, but June is really our only recurring sack outlet. Is it just another 2-drop though? What did we bring in last time? Barrels of Blasting Jelly? Yeah, let's put Merchant in, not be thrilled, but it'll be a 2-drop, and I think it's going to be a 2-drop better than Pretending Pox Bears. We are on the draw, but we have a 2-drop, 3-drop, 2 mountains for Jet. Let's cut it up. Just red so far. I think we will toss a swamp. Will we? Is that crazy? Is that greedy? Treetop Freedom Bread. Let's offer for our not our Tundra Tank, our Union archers. Let's see how we feel about this Tundra Tank. I guess we can attack in for 3 here. Are we the beatdown though? Or is he the beatdown? I think we're incentivized to attack here, because that will incentivize him to attack and leave the Tundra Tank open to attack with Fire Pending, potentially, where we can cast one of our instants. We can wait till damage. Then abandoned attachments off this. He's not going to make combat happen. Toss our cunning maneuver and get an alternative play. Cool. I think that was good. The opponent ended up not spending the 3 mana. He has, ooh, maybe he's stuck on his second color as well. Tough sledding. Play Jet. So he can clear out his treetop freedom fighters. And we will crew with Union. No. Jet freedom fighter. So I'm guessing he's not mono red. Although he could be with a card like this. And he was stuck on lands. Let's see. I don't think we have enough information to make any sideboard changes. Maybe Boros with Treetop Freedom Fighters? That is the color pair that I have to guess is most likely. Let's take it. I do like Azula, typically 4 drops. It can just be removed without giving you any value. Our tough sledding, but I think we need some threat. So when she gets to attack, it feels pretty good. And when she dies, it's not as bad as a 5 drop, but it can definitely feel bad if she gets removed efficiently. Let's get rid of a swamp here. We need 3 mountains to play Jet. I know this seems kind of crazy. Okay, opponent is attacking. I'm kind of tempted to block, so he spends his entire turn pumping Turtle Duck. Okay. Mountain is better than swamp. Let's draw that. Attack with our archers. Play our Deserter's Disciple. Our Deserter's Disciple. That's a mouthful, and this card is not as powerful as it normally is in red decks. And it's not even that powerful in normal red decks. We have a lot of cards like Union Archers, Jet Freedom Fighter, Azula that all are not too powerless. June's our first target that can actually use the unblockable. Fire Nation Cadets, if you can get Fire Pending off, like this is a nice way to push that through, but let's attack with both creatures here. I'm happy to trade for Haru. That seems kind of crazy. I'll play Azula here. I think that's better than trying to kill its Turtle Duck and playing out June. So Azula does just die. She trades down a 2 mana card. Unfortunately. We can attack in here. If he blocks with Turtle Duck, +2/+2. Would still get us, right? But it passed quickly like he has nothing. Blue token. And play out June. think Haru's a little awkward for him here. Like, him making 1/1 bodies would typically stink for us. But he's going to have less mana if we kill his mountain creature. And if he makes these into 1/1s, then he can't tap them and use them as blocking creatures. So let's force him to use whatever play he's got now. And we can still do damage here if we force June through with Deserter's Disciple. How happy this raccoon is. Eating a leaf or a pickle? Looks like a pickle, sliced pickle. Okay. 4/4 land. Let's just, I guess, crack our clue first to see what we get. We have this many mana. Do draw a mountain. Let's play Merchant of Many Hats. She can't be blocked anyways. Just June. So the first creature we've seen in 1, 2, 3. Oh. Goodbye, June. One of the few creatures. We can also make Merchant of Many Hats unblockable. That we can actually make unblockable with Deserter's Disciples. Can actually just make herself unblockable. That's kind of funny. Jet Freedom Fighter is a good trade here, right? Because we can make Union Archers a 4/2, and he can attack through. We could kick Firebending Lesson here. But I think it's better just to attack with Union Archers and see what goes down. Have we played a land for turn? I don't think we have. Let's crack this. And now I think it's worth using Firebending Lesson to kill Haru. He's got a protection spell, but that'll stop Earthbending little 1/1 Champion Bodies. Well, that's not a 1/1 Champion Body. It's a 4/4 big boy. We can abandon attachments, get a lesson card in the graveyard, and then Combustion Technique will clear out Wartime Protesters. I think that's our best play here. Don't want him getting any counters off this. Now we are in business. Looking pretty good. We can just make 2 power unblockable. Or Lightning Strike, either is fine. I guess I'd rather show him. Well, it didn't matter, that was game 2. Cunning Maneuver than Lightning Strike if that was game 1. Okay, so we punched through again, but same thing as last match. Game 1, opponent is color screwed. In game 2, opponent is at least a little bit lane screwed. I mean, he did get to what, 3? 3 lanes pretty quickly, and then was at 4. He stumbled enough that we could pull ahead. This is a good enough starting hand. Do we start with June or the Disciple? I guess the Disciple, because we'd rather trade that than June. It's Fire Nation Cadets. Or if he's got early removal, red, white. Okay, so he may be more aggressive than us. 100 tank, maybe a decent card. Crew off anything, full body pull off. Let's play the Vindictive Wardens though. Gonna block his creatures pretty well. Let's attack here. At worst, we trade our defense for his. And incentivizing attacks might not be the worst thing if it enables us to attack, but with firebending. He is not going to have firebending until he gets a lesson card in his graveyard for those Fire Nation Cadets. Target creature, so we actually would have been protected if we had played Tundra Tank. That being said, now we just attack out here. Double drop the Wardens in June. So off ETBs, he'll eventually be able to blink his creatures. I don't know what blink value he's going to be getting in red-white though. I think it's going to be just white values, white creatures that could potentially give him an ETB effect besides the treetop ralliers. The 2-1 that makes a 1-1. Okay, let's play a swamp here. Play Messenger Hawk. Blue token is something we'll be able to crack once we attack with Vindictive Wardens. And we can potentially get a 2-mana play off that. Let's connect for 2 damage first. What do we want? We want red mana in case we get that lesson. I know we could get Deadly Precision, but I don't think we would play this turn if we got it not for the 1 mana. And June could have attacked if we sacked our clue token. We need to keep that in mind. We could have done 2 extra damage there. We wouldn't have her as a blocker, but I don't think I want to block anything besides the Water Tribe Rallier here. Okay, 3 mana pass. Let's make June unblockable. Vindictive Wardens will sit back to block his 2/2s. Which he technically has 3 because he can pump the Fire Nation Cadets. Okay, and if we wanted to be really aggro, we could have played Tundra Tank and given the creature indestructible, swung out with everything. But I think we want to sit back for the Vindictive Wardens as a blocker. I mean, we would have gotten firebending mana off with it, but what are we doing? I guess just poking him for damage. It's not getting to another multiple of 3. I don't think it makes a difference. We can't sack June herself. We're just gonna have to take that. And now he does have Fire Nation cadets. Firebending. Maybe he forgets the Tundra tank and thinks he can attack into the Vindictive Wardens with a pump. Looking at our Tundra tank, he's pretty aware of it. That may very well shut down his attacks this turn. Oh, they do not. What's through? And he's got like +3/+1. That's fine. He's got 3 damage. That's fine. Twin Blades. Okay. Essentially a 1-mana Twin Blades. So he'll still die. And we're in a pretty decent spot as a result. Soka is scary, though. 2/4 is going to be able to attack in pretty well. Especially if he equips it. But Heartless Hack will kill Soka after he equips. That's pretty sweet. Let's play a swamp. He doesn't have discard. If he... blocks here, we can potentially blow him out with Heartless Hack. Or just trade for Water Tribe Rallier. No, let's blow him out. Let's Heartless Hack on Soka. It's not blowing him out. I guess we still die. We don't need to do that now. 2, 3. Let's kill Water Tribe Rallier. Let Soka live and let him equip. Oh, we should have poked him for face damage. One, 2, 3. Still hold up Heartless Hack. So we missed a face damage. He doesn't equip, actually. That is interesting. What's he gonna play? If we have removal, this looks bad. I guess he figures he can jump with a 1/1 even if we had removal for Kyoshi Warriors. And he gets to blink again, make another 1/1. Pretty good. That 1 damage may be a deciding factor to win this game. Let's make June unblockable. Back for 3. And end turn. What can he do? 8, 10, 12 damage this turn. Opts not to equip. May be bouncing this Kyoshi, or blinking this Kyoshi with any creature, making more 1/1s. But we have flyers and unblockable. Union Archers has reach, unfortunately. Looks like he's in a very good spot to win now. Vengeful Villagers slightly kill us. Okay, it's gonna be too much. We need some species spicy to win here. That is species spicy. That could be species spicy. I guess we actually sack our messenger hawk. Or we make June unblockable. I guess it doesn't matter. We double unblockable. And that one damage doesn't matter. We kill the Union Archers and we win here. Or we just lightning strike his face. Oh my gosh. On the crackback. Wow. Wow. Okay. Gotta play tight. That game was well within grasp. So early drops removal is gonna be good against him. He has airbending lesson, which will be tough against our Azula. Do we want to steal anything? No. Maybe Master Piandao. Just play better. Okay, play first. Keep some great lesson early for Fire Nation cadets. Threatening 2-drop. Okay, this might seem crazy. Is it crazy? Could we just play Mai? We could Firebending lesson as Momo, use Firebending to do Cunning Maneuver, create food token. But I think it's just going to be better for board state if we attack like this. Play a swamp and damage ourselves with Mai. This stops Momo from putting counters on something. That other line where we're Firebending lesson turn 1. But now we can do Firebending lesson on Visitor's Disciples. Make a clue token. Smack for a lot. Might have been right to crack the clue token rather than do an extra damage there. We have only swamps in hand. We don't draw some action, we're going to be cracking clue next turn, and then if we draw like a Zula, that's going to look like a stupid play. I think that's our first mistake. We should have cracked a clue token rather than doing an extra damage there. Airbending lesson? No, Water Tribe Rallyer is okay to see. Cunning Maneuver is nice. Help us win combat. If he has entered the Avatar state or something else, we're still okay, I think. If he has Enter the Avatar State, that's not enough. If he has Yip Yip, that's still not enough. Right, he goes to 4-4. And I mean, it's enough to kill us. We 2 for 1 ourselves. He gets 2 for 2. That's still fine. So let's do this. Okay. That's fine. Still in combat. He gets lightning, but I think this is even better for us. Let's play Union. Yeah, he's saying sorry. Not sorry. He's saying oops. All right, cool. And we get Heartless Act. So I'm glad we ran through the potential combat tricks he could have there. I think Yip Yip still isn't bad for us. 2 for 2. And we can still play out the Union Archers. Tosses the Vengeful Villagers, which is understated 4 mana for 33. And he realizes he's the control player. Airbender Ascension. He at least loses 2 life. Will probably bounce. Yep. We do have the lesson that discards a card, but I think we'll play this mountain anyways. Okay, let's not play Mai yet, because we may play Heartless Act here. Okay. We can do it all. We can play Mai, Heartless Act, and Fire Nation Cadets. We're going to let this happen and assume that we can Heartless Act something better next turn. On his turn. So, here comes Mai. Here comes Fire Nation Cadets. And Airbend is pretty good for him, but he has no... Oh, it's not the equipment, that's Aang. I can get lifelink. That is tough to see. Let's let him Airbend Mai first, so we don't take the 2 damage from casting Heartless Act. Oh, we might actually bounce Fire Nation Cadets. Because we can pump to do 3 or 4 power next turn. Okay. Yeah, let's be mana efficient. We did, because now we can cast Tundra Tank and take 2 more damage. Actually send ourselves to 8 life. Now Tundra Tank plus any card would threaten lethal. Ooh, tough. Do we want Warp Wound against Aang? I mean, that's still a good scenario for him. No, we end up spending so much mana to get Warp Wound into being a creature. I don't think it's worth it. How to Start a Riot might be right over something like Azula. But Azula is our only 4-drop. Just has Airbending Lesson Aang. Do we go even lower? to the ground. Azula, if we can get that out, is just nice. I guess we've only seen 2 airbending possibilities. This can produce value in some games. It's real deliberation. I'm going to... keep Azula in. But I'm going to mentally keep track of how she does compared to how Dark Riot would have done in this game. Okay, skippable. We blood, we can pitch a land with the archers. He's threatening his own Formation Cadets. We think we'll play Merchant of Many Hats and force him to pump if he wants to trade. Right now he's the beatdown. Sure. Don't want him firebending. It's a 3 mana investment for our... Let's play Union Archers here. Well, I don't know what we want to pitch. Maybe we play June. Also only have 1 swamp. Tape the lovely takes. Would have loved to have this guy. I do think we attacked him here with June. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, what are we doing if we're not? June, the cunning maneuver. So there's gonna be a problem. We'll probably bring back Merchant of Many Hats and just Heartless Act. If we draw a land, we do. Let's... We don't need to do this now. We don't need to do anything now. He's got open mana. I don't think attacking with June is wise. Just hold everything up. He could have entered the Avatar state for Sokka, which would stink. I don't believe there's any speed, red or white spells that put counters on a creature. If he attacks with this mountain, we will block with our Union Archers. 5 mana, 4 cards in hand. He's in a pretty good spot. Zuko. Okay, we can't kill that yet. I think we are mana efficient here rather than cracking the clue. We do need to crack the clue here though. Try to hit some removal from Zuko. Getting an attack off is going to be too good for him. So he can't block. We don't have good blocks. We could just try and race him with Azula. That's the best game plan right here. It's rough. Very likely going to have removal in those 4 cards. And getting the top card of his library off with Zuko's Firebending is going to be nice. And yep, there's Airbend. I mean, if we play Merchant of Many Hats and Fire Nation Cadets, we're forced into a bad double block. This game looks pretty lost, so it's pretty unfortunate we didn't do that one ping to win game 1. Just a reminder to play as tight as possible. Double airbend. Okay, we can play a lot at this turn. Azula. June. Merchant. Fire Nation Cadets. It should have been Fire Nation Cadets plus Combustion Technique. Merchant of Many Hats should have stayed in our hand, but Auto Tapper popped those mountains for us. So mistake number 2, big mistake number 2, I think. If Aang attacks here for lifelink, we are. He's got things like enter the Avatar state, so let's just put Fire Nation Cadets and Merchant of Many Hats in front of Zuko and pray for the best. If he has anything, we're kind of going to lose regardless, so I don't think it's worth blocking with Azula. Azula's the only way we crawl back into this game, I believe. Unless he's just got 3 lands in hand and can't exile anything off the top. Oh, he actually fights. Makes sense, he'll kill 3 creatures. Unless he has first strike and lifelink, that would be... Okay. He's worried about, I think, June loops with Merchant of Many Hats. Yoshi Warriors. Now this is looking pretty good. I was going to airbend Azula again. Azula has not been great here. I think the lesson would have been better. We still lose, but... Mountain, Merchant. Azula. And this game's just over, right? Could have been better to play Merchant Many Hats, trade for the Disciple, potentially. Disciple might not be coming, it might be Kyoshi, and an unblockable 1/1. I think we need him to not bust us up. I think we need to attack through with his Azula. So let's take 4. Try to blow up Aang. Wind Blade. It's crazy that this only did 2 damage. We have a good amount of lessons. He just kills us. Good game. 2-1. Should have been a 3-0 if we had just done one more ping. But that's Magic. You don't play perfect always. Good games. I'll see you next time.